people who follow the politics would know who I was, but the average person out there who's just struggling to survive and doesn't think politics 24/7 probably didn't know. You know, they may have heard the name, but wouldn't really know who I am. So I entered the House of Representatives in 2017 as the MP for South St. Andrew when Omar Davis retired. And I was persuaded really to put myself forward, which was a big move for me because, to be very honest, Colin, I had never seen myself as going the route of becoming a full-fledged politician, you know? I came into this thing relatively late because in 2007, when I became a senator, as I said, you know, I was in my 40s, you know, and before that, my own involvement in politics was really as a supporter, you know, of people who I knew well and who were in the politics. I would lend a hand. I was very interested in it, but I was not active. So when I took that step in 2017, it was a big move for me. And, you know, I'm big on the people of South St. Andrew because they are blessed with their support and you know, love. And, you know, I respect them to the max. It is the cradle of Jamaican popular music coming out of Trenchtown and its environs. And, you know, I regard that foundation of my political movement then as a very important thing. So 2017 I became an MP again, you know, just one of 63 in opposition, not in government at that time. So again, the political class would know, you know, who I was, but average person didn't.
You mean 2007?
2017 is when I became an MP, you know.
2007. Oh, yeah, you were a senator before, right?
Yeah.
But
yes. Senator, the Senate is a Friday morning, you know, a Friday meeting. It's just 21 there. You know, it is not it's not the cut and thrust.
Yeah, just get ready for go on.
Right. So 2017 was a big step for me. And then afterwards, contested the 2020 elections, and we were badly beaten.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Phillips said he was
second. Yeah, I'm going in another.
So there was a vacancy.
4 minutes.
My colleagues prevailed on me to put myself forward. So at that point, when I became leader of the party, you know, and
man, we can take a few minutes, of course.
Election, which I was the person who was chosen.
No, I mean by phone.
I came in as a relative unknown in terms of the national.
All right, cool.
That's what I would say. Yeah. So when I walk on the road, and everybody would know who I was. You understand me? So I was aware of that. But who I am just a regular person, you know, born and grown in Jamaica. I grew up on
Ever dreamed of becoming the Prime Minister of Jamaica before you enter the politics?
Maybe as a teenager, you know, I was interested in politics, and maybe, you know, in the same way that I probably dream of playing cricket for the West Indies or playing football for Jamaica. Maybe I would have, in the political realm, that would have been a fantasy at times, but it was never a burning ambition, you know. But it was something I probably had thought about, you know, in your one's wildest dreams, so to speak, you know.
And then becoming member of parliament of your constituency, which is a PNP bastion, was pretty easy. Becoming the opposition leader now and challenging for government. Was that a rude awakening of the crassness of the politics at this stage now?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is a totally different thing. Being the opposition leader or a party leader relative to being a member of parliament, it is a step. It's a large step up from where I was before, because you become the focus of attention, you become the focus of people's expectations and hopes, and you also become the focus of attack from your opponents. And in the era that we're in now, of pervasive social media and other communication channels, which are really unregulated and where people can say anything they like, informed or uninformed, malignant or honest, you know, it lends itself to a kind of chaotic kind of discourse. So I felt, I think, the brunt of that, you know, and it was so I had to stand up, you know, and I had to kind of firm up myself and go through. And part of what I've done in doing that is to go on the ground, you know, travel the country, meet people and just touch flesh, as it were, shake hand, hug up the ladies them, and make people kind of feel my vibes. And you know, it has been a good experience. And as you can see from the post that you referred to, it is bearing fruit. You know, but the original question was that, you know, I think it was like, who am I? You know, yes. So I was just saying I'm just a regular Jamaican person, born here, grew here.
Oh, you be regular. People say you're rich. People say the Prime Minister was making some statements after people getting wealthy. And there are views out there that he's talking about you getting wealthy.
Okay, so I'm not going to say I haven't been successful in my endeavors when I was in private life. You know, I have been successful. I wasn't born rich. My father was a university professor. And at a time when academics at the University of the West Indies weren't particularly well paid, you know. So although he himself had some resources, he didn't live that life. You know, he lived the life of a regular university professor type person. I grew up on the campus, you know, with the children of other academics, and then next door was Hermitage, which is a low-income community, Augustown below that. You them from around those communities and us used to role play football and ride bicycle and, you know, climb tree and all of the things that children do. And then as a teenager now, kind of broke out little, start to dance, and that I love music.
I hear that they used to call you Radigan.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That was really my brethren at UWI campus now, because I used to flex on campus, even though I was not attending UWI at the time. But then they giving me that name, you know. So for a good while, that was what I was known as, you know, amongst those friends, you know. So yeah, I mean, so that is why I said I'm a regular person, in the sense that how I lived my life as a youngster coming up was, you know, I'm not saying I was in any way suffering, no. You know, I was privileged, yes, but I didn't really move with the privileged class of people. I've never moved with the privileged class of people. I've always moved with my peers on campus and youth from, I would say, from the ghetto, you know, who have, you know, that is how I've always lived my life. But then when I finished university now and started to work, because I was interested in finance and economics, although I was a lawyer, I found myself doing the type of work that generated, you know, a good amount of income for myself and my family at the time. And then, of course, we started DBNG, myself and two other friends, Peter Bunting and Chris Daring. And that was a successful business. It was an investment business, a finance services company. And, you know, it did very well. And eventually we sold it to Scotiabank in 2006. And that gave me some financial security at the time.
All of that you mentioned, opposition, was in the public.
Yes.
So the people of Jamaica know clearly how you make your money.
Yeah, man. My DBNG was a publicly listed company.
Yeah.
So all of its audited financials were published every year, you know, and it has the annual report. It had to file an annual report every year. Mm-hmm.
You and your brethren them set up a company.
Yes.
And it work.
Yes.
And it make money.
Yes.
And Scotiabank see it and like it.
Yes.
And buy it.
Yes.
And to make a money.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in every newspaper. On every news. So
yeah. If you go on the internet now.
You see in old.
Yeah.
We know how you make your money.
Yeah, man. That is exactly right. You know, and even if you go on the internet now and search that transaction, when it's still there, material is still there, the offering document, the pricing of everything, how much everybody got is all there. So yeah, I mean, it's quite transparent and so on. So, you know, but what that sale and the financial security enabled me to do was to say, yo, all right, so I've had my working career now in the private sector, doing, you know, financial transactions as a lawyer for clients and also as a businessman in DBNG. And we had started Proven in 2010, which is still going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I had the expertise and we had built a reputation of excellence in the field, we saw an opportunity to establish another one. And 3 years after we sold DBNG to Scotia, we started Proven, which is really a regional company now. It invests across the region. It is in a number of territories in the Caribbean and even beyond. And you know, although I'm not as involved in it as I was in DB&G, I am still, you know, part of the team that guides it a lot. So, and that has been a very successful business as well.
That leads me right into this question, Comrade, and I still want to go back to where you were, but I have to ask you that question.
Sure.
When you become Prime Minister, how you going to deal with those issues?
Right. Well, when I became Minister of Justice, how I dealt with it at that time was I came off of the board that I was on and the committee that I served on. I just recused myself. I went on a leave of absence for the period of my engagement. You know? So I would have to
actively running that.
No, I wasn't involved at all at that stage. For those 4 years, I just.
Blessed is the one that blessed. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Welcome, welcome. Caribbean Radio HD and all the radio stations over there in the US of A. Good evening, and welcome. Welcome to the viewers at Portland Spice TV. Yes, man, this is the Colin Bell Show. And of course, we want to big up the Herbalife people and big up on yourself. Yes, well done. Now, you have been listening to a little piece of reasoning with Mark Jefferson Golden and yours truly, leader of the People's National Party, leader of opposition. I'm going to give you our next 2 minutes. But before I do that, I want to tell you that this evening, we're going to be having Dr. Peter Phillips to just clear up some garbage. Well, not that Dr. Phillips is, no, maybe I used the wrong term. To clear up some lies told by one Adka Fitzhenley. So we're going to bring on Dr. Phillips. But before we bring on Dr. Phillips, we're going to have a reasoning with the fireman, Conrad O'Brien, out on Newstalk 93 FM. And then we're going to open the phone lines and take all of your calls. So we just want to welcome everybody one more time of this reasoning here with Mark Jefferson Golden.
Check on myself, so to speak. You know, because there are others there who are, you know, who
and
can
when you become Prime Minister, you have to check with yourself from proven.
Yes, I will have to. And I've done it before and I will do it again. Whatever is required in order to satisfy the public that there is no reason why, you know, of concern in that area, I will do. You know, that is a given.
Like how your brethren would set up DB&G and want to juggle and tree you to deal with them thing and make some money. You think a Prime Minister should be juggling like that while being Prime Minister?
No, I don't think so. Being Prime Minister is a full-time job, and you must be focused on that. The only other issues you might have are family-related issues, which you can never get away from. You know,
because as a family man,
yes, sir.
As a family man,
right?
Yeah, family is family. But when it comes to work as a Prime Minister, that must be your focus. That's not to say you can't have what I call passive investments. If you have saved money over time and you own some stocks or you own some whatever.
Oh, no, I'm going to work tomorrow. Tomorrow, public holiday. Sorry.
Building a business and doing multiple
transactions.
I need it
tomorrow, public holiday, so I need it 2 hours tomorrow.
Right.
And tomorrow we'll pay a double.
Involved in buying stocks while being Prime Minister? You think a Prime Minister should have to buy stocks at that time?
No, I don't.
You hear me, I said?
Should be active in the markets trading. No.
Yeah, man. Sorry,
if you have a portfolio, you either just leave it as it is, or if it's a personal portfolio, or you can put it into some kind of blind trust where it's managed by other people and they have full discretion over it and you have no say for the period of that while you're in public.
Good evening. Turn off.
Good evening, Colin.
Yeah, man. Turn off your instrument for me. Talk to me.
Let me turn it off. Send your email from this number.
Send me an email from the number.
No, send your WhatsApp message from this number.
Oh, on the same phone?
Yeah, the same phone. Just look through it and pass it on to marketing.
All right, not a problem. All right. Yeah, man. Welcome once again to the Colin Bell Show live on Caribbean Radio HD on Portland Spice TV. Hold on for my brother. We just want to welcome everybody to the channel, to the program. And of course, wherever you're joining us from around the world, I want to welcome you as we come to you live from the studios of Portland Spice TV. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, man.
I've been trying to get you from the first time on this radio.
Yeah, man, but we are.
No, we can't be my
Yeah, man, but me tell you, so we did have a problem last week.
From many years ago, when afterwards come to Jamaica.
When who happened?
Apple, we come to Jamaica to build a factory.
Apple did come to Jamaica for build a factory?
Yes.
Me never know that. What happened?
I never know about it.
No, me never know about it.
When he state in Mafia how he's gonna do, he needs 5 years, no taxes.
So when was that? When was that?
When years ago, when certain prime minister was in power.
Who was the prime minister?
The man who won it for 20 years.
The man who won what for 20? Oh, PJ Patterson?
Yes.
PJ wasn't there for 20 years.
Steve come to him in Jamaica.
Eh.
And I've been asking that question, why that company did it come to.
Let me ask you something.
Supposed to build in Clarendon.
Let me ask you something. That is in any newspaper? That was in any newspaper that Apple wanted to build a factory in Jamaica?
When Apple years ago,
no, man.
Never come to.
Are you hearing my question to you, sir? Is that in any newspaper? Is that documented somewhere that I can go and do a research and find those?
You can do a research on it when Apple was supposed to create.
All right, I will go and research that. All right, my brethren?
Research it for me.
I will.
And come back with an answer.
I will.
And it turned out the Apple was in Jamaica.
I will.
And it turned out that Apple.
I will admit to you, I'm hearing this for the very first time. Never heard it before.
The very first time. I say to the gentleman, and he said, know about it.
Which gentleman?
And he said, bring it up for me.
Which gentleman you say to?
My name is Jamaica indeed. Well, it should be married on the station.
All right, I'm going to do some research and we talk again. What is it?
Some research about it and bring it up.
Where you calling from?
Because he didn't know about it. He didn't know. Jamaica in
where are you? Where are you calling from, sir?
When Gary is supposed to bring him and you, he never come.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from New York.
All right, New York. We talk again. Bless up.
Yes, so you did it up. I know why it never happened.
Yes, I'm going to do the research.
The richest company right now in the world.
All right, sir. I'm going to do the research. Cool. Yeah, man. So the phone line I work. That's brilliant. I'm happy about that, brother Gary. Give thanks to the engineer and everybody. May I have on the line Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. Conrad, good evening. How you doing? Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, the first time on a Tuesday evening, sir.
Indeed. How you doing, Colin?
Blessings, man. And bless up the people over there in the United States, all across the world.
Indeed. It's always a pleasure for me to greet my people, both at home and abroad, and in general, people of the world. You know,
yes,
the
sir.
world is in activity these days with the invent of another term of Donald Trump presidency. We saw just today, where the whole business of tariff, become in vogue for Canada, Mexico, and so on, all of 25%. And indeed, Prime Minister Trudeau threatened that certainly he will reply in like manner. And, about $100 billion of goods that come into Canada out of the United States, they will be employing sanctions there.
What will that do to Jamaica, Obi? What will that do to Jamaica?
Well, certainly it will impact Jamaica, because we're talking about the impact of prices across the globe. And indeed, that also Jamaica is a part of the world economy, a small open economy, and all those things impact Jamaica. In addition to that, it means that our people who live abroad, they will be impacted by higher prices and so on, and as a result of that, it may very well impact the whole business of remittance, which already we understand that could be impacted based on additional measures that is being put in place by the Donald Trump regime. And I'm deliberately addressing it as a regime, not an administration.
As a regime, that's not good.
Yeah.
But Obi, remittance is one of Jamaica's largest earner of foreign exchange. We earn most of our foreign exchange from remittance.
Indeed we do. And this is why, Colin, it is often said when the United States comes, we catch a cold. My brethren Rock Clem said that these days, when the cough takes place, we may end up with COVID.
No, but hold on. I think it moved from when they cough, They don't have to cough no more. They have to just get cold. The climate have to just change and Jamaica in trouble.
It is, Colin, and just to add as well. And this is when you need real firm leadership. I saw in today's newspaper, today's Gleaner, where my good friend Ambassador Curtis Ward, and maybe he's listening now, former Ambassador Ward. Ambassador Ward, if you're listening in the United States, I want to hear this, greet you well. And he said that the Jamaican government should really start a process of lobbying the United States government and actually ask for, forgot the exact word that he used, but to ask for some kind of reprieve, that the whole business of what they are proposing with Cuba doesn't impact us. Because, Colin, we are behind the 8 ball already as it relates to our health care. And can you imagine the hundreds, if not thousands, of Cuban workers that are here in Jamaica in the medical field?
Hey, Obi, most of
Obi, what that would mean.
Obi, most of our ophthalmologists, a lot of most of our ophthalmologists, a lot of our dentists, a lot of our doctors are Cubans.
Yes, they are. And the big question, Colin, is will this also impact the training program that we have between Jamaica and Cuba, where a number of our students, a number of our people,
our medical students,
Right
yes.
now, I know I have a few friends whose children are there. As we speak, I am trying to see if I can get my niece in and on the program as well.
So I want to say good evening to Sister Nicole and Sister Tanya in the chat room at Caribbean Radio HD, listening to the program, the Colin Bell Show, on a Tuesday evening. We're also on a Wednesday. We're talking to Conrad O'Brien, radio host at News Talk 93 FM. And we're talking about some of the things that are happening on the global stage right now. We also want to look at what is happening in Jamaica. Obi, we had another murder in Portland today, in Port Antonio. A man was shot down in Port Antonio, Boundbrook. For those of you who know Lighthouse Road, right at Lighthouse Road, at about between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, broad daylight in Port Antonio, Obi. These things are unheard of in Portland.
And certainly just yesterday again, as a shadow minister for transport and MP for Northwest Manchester, Phillips, who was my guest today, where we talk transport and look at some development in his constituency. He informed me that very close to where I am from in Manchester, you know, my community called Confidence Avenue right there in Greendale, and he was telling me that a shooting, a murder, took place in Hatfield yesterday, in very close proximity to the town of Mandeville as well. Greendale, Hatfield is about 2.5 miles or so outside of the center of Mandeville. And he said that the young man was just sitting in his car, and they just turned up and pumped a hail of bullets in his body.
Why, it no good. But there is also a cry on the island OB about the amount of police killings since the start of this year. We're what? We're gone over 60 now?
I think we may have been over 60 now, Colin, and certainly I gather that they are named being called by operatives of the government, calling out people like myself, you, and Ralston Hyman, because we're here to ask some questions and about this wanton police killing. And as I said on my own program, Colin, and elsewhere, that I am not here to badger the police, because I want to get it out there early in the piece to say that if police officers are shot at by hoodlums, then certainly the police must take action
and let me make it absolutely clear. Let me make it absolutely clear, Conrad. Let me make it clear that I am a supporter of the police. I support the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I support the Jamaica Defense Force. But all I'm asking is that in this modern day and age, that the government supply the police with body cams. Those doubters of what the police are doing will have an opportunity to see from an independent source of the engagement. Because listen, if you rise your machine at the police, me agree for the police done you. But we want to be sure that we don't have rogue cops out there killing innocent Jamaicans.
Absolutely, Colin, and that's where the rubber hits the road. And Senator Marlon Morgan, I had a very feisty engagement with him on radio today, when he called my program, because certainly Marlon wants to come and to spread this kind of propaganda, as JLP propaganda, which I don't really have any time for. I tell him that, listen, I am not backing away from whichever party they want to accuse me of support. However, when it comes to my work and comes to Jamaica, I am going down the middle, and I invite anyone to basically contest me on that basis and the body of work that I would have done over the years since I've been engaged in public media, in mainstream media. And I hear him or anyone to say that. But the point he was making today, and to accuse myself that, listen, because you support, you ask questions, then certainly you're against the police and you're supporting criminals. I've never seen a more ludicrous and nonsensical argument from somebody who's supposed to have sense. And Marlon keep on repeating this over and over and over again, and whatever platform he has access to. And it is indeed dangerous. It is dangerous, and I'm again using this platform to ask him to see. And this is, we are people with a thinking brain, a fertile mind, and it is our duty. As a matter of fact, I am expecting the fourth estate, the media, primarily mainstream media, it to come out in chorus and ask these questions and put a serious demand and the government to put the body one camera in place. I say this to you, Colin, that the 700 body cams that we hear being touted, that may very well be from when former Minister of National Security Peter Bunting was in office and they started the program when they basically was trying to correct up. Since this government is in office over the last 9 years, they have done nothing towards it.
But Dr. Chang said the body cam. Hold on, Obi, hold on. Dr. Chang said that the body cams won't help in combat. The body cams won't help. What rubbish. If the police are going on special operation, you wear your body cam. If it reach a stage where it drop off, then we will see the recordings until it drop off. Why are they afraid of wearing the body cams?
And you know, Colin, I say this, that I believe that decent police officers, decent law-abiding police officers should be lobbying their superior to basically get these body cams. Because what it does...
Obi, hold on for me, Obi. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD. Hello, good evening. Yeah, man, I hear you, man. Talk, no, man. Caribbean Radio HD, good evening. Go ahead, Obi. Hello, good evening.
Yeah. Why the Jamaican government don't use drone to fight crime?
Well, let me tell you something. I had an interview with Dr. Andre Orton. Not Saturday gone, the Saturday before. And one of the plans of the next PNP administration is to use 2,800 drones to assist crime fighters in Jamaica. So that's a plan from the People's National Party. 2,800. No, man, but you'll use the body cam as well. Yeah, man, but you want everything. You want the body cam, you want the drone. You want all of that. So one of the plans coming from the People's National Party was told to us by Dr. Andre Orton that 2,800 drones will be bought, 200 per parish, to cover the parish. And when the police go in an operation, the drones will be in the operation, and we will have superior technology to take down the criminals.
And the drones will tell the truth.
Yes, sir. Nicky Boo, good evening. Good evening, Arlene. Good evening, King. Yes, man.
So the drones will tell the truth because that's on his first eye.
Yes. And the body cam will also play a role.
Yes. So you can't tell no lie.
Yes, sir.
Because the drones that's everything.
Yes.
Yeah, drones and videos.
All right, my brother. Enough respect.
Then cover crime.
All right, sir. I hear you. Yeah. Respect. I want to finish up with Conrad O'Brien. Obi? Let me see if we still have Obi on the line. Yeah, man, we still have him. Obi? Conrad? All right, look like we lost Conrad. Obi, I'm going to ask you to rejoin me in a little while. We have a scheduled interview, so I'm going to go into that interview and then we can come back. We want to touch base with Dr. Peter Phillips because there's also a clip I want to play for you before I get Dr. Phillips on the phone. Want to listen to this clip here?
At the PNP, accusing it of ignoring warnings from the Financial Services Commission (FSC) in 2013. According to Fitzhenley, the then Finance Minister Peter Phillips and his administration failed to act, leaving investors exposed.
Yeah, Dr. Phillips, hold on for me. Colin here. All right, hold on for me.
In a swift response Monday, the PNP pushed back, dismissing the calls in a statement released on Monday.
That was a piece. That was a piece from Adka Fitzhenley. You heard him. We have on the phone line with us former president of the People's National Party, former Minister of Finance, Dr. Peter Phillips. Dr. Phillips, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
We are well. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD with all across America. We are on Portland Spice TV, so the world is listening.
All right.
Dr. Phillips, we heard Senator Adcoffitz Henley saying that in 2013, the FSC gave you some information as it relates to SSL and you did nothing. Speak to us about that.
Well, I think Senator Fitzhenry has his facts all wrong. The fact of the matter is that all actions that were recommended by the FSC to me during my tenure were carried out to the full. And in fact, the SSL had been placed by the Financial Services Commission under a strict monitoring regime that required them to have direct supervision of all they did. In 2013, they were given instructions to stop dealing into securities, to stop soliciting business from the public, to stop offering credit to anybody, and to comply with all day-to-day instructions given by the FSC. And the fact is that it is afterwards, and indeed before, that the SSL had its instructions changed after the administration changed, and were permitted to go and do broad business activities again.
So you're saying under your administration, under your directive, the FSC basically had full oversight of SSL.
Yeah, man, and they recognized that there were problems and that they therefore limited their ability to do business and basically had them under a special oversight regime.
Right.
So that, they had to have audits done 3 monthly intervals. They couldn't move any money or anything without getting permission from the FSC.
Yes.
They couldn't solicit business, solicit new business.
So they couldn't do no new business. They couldn't do any new business between 2013 and 2017.
Right. Right, 2016. And then when there were still problems, as I said, the FSC was preparing to move further to tighten that oversight regime.
Yeah.
But the government changed.
Yes.
And in the subsequent administration, what happened was that they were allowed to go and continue to do business. In fact, one of the chairmen of the FSC, who had been appointed during the Jamaica Labour Party's tenure, was so offended by this lax approach that was being taken that he, in fact, resigned from the chairmanship of the FSC because he felt that the instructions that were being recommended by the FSC for the board for SSL were not being carried out by the new administration that are taken up in the Ministry of Finance.
Also, you are saying
Right?
somebody resigned from the FSC
Yeah,
because
but
they were
it's
not
just
comfortable with the oversight on SSL.
Chairman. I'm saying a chairman.
A chairman resigned.
Yes. And if all those facts are there, and they can be checked. And so this is, you know, I want to say generally that this is serious business.
Yes.
And people's money and the management and regulation of financial institutions is serious business.
And the country's reputation.
And nobody should try and play politics with it. You know, you can have a reputation as a serious country with a serious financial institutions if you approach these issues as a political football to beat about the bush with it.
And then come tell lies that no action was taken in 2013.
The facts are there, anybody can check them out and research it.
What?
And you will find that it will look good for the JLP administration when those facts are laid out.
That's the reason why the CRAL report has not been released, not even to the court appointed?
You'd have to ask, you'd have to ask the current minister or the prime minister about that. I don't have, but if they have the report and it is available and finished, then they should consider presenting it to the public and to the country.
Dr. Phillips, you did your part in 2013. The recommendation of the FSC were enforced by you and the Portia Simpson-led administration.
And the spirit in every instance.
We just want to thank you for coming on this evening and clearing up those facts, mashing down those lies. Thank you, Dr. Phillips. All the best.
Thank you.
Blessings. So, Caribbean Radio HD, Portland Spice TV. I mean, those of you on Caribbean HD, I'm on all of social media. We're on TikTok at Colin Shakafi and Bell at TikTok. We are on YouTube at Portland Spice TV. I beg you to not subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But we're opening the lines now. 804-7072. And of course, 305. Let me just get back that full number on Caribbean Radio HD. The phone is working properly. You can give me a call. Because what we do is come with the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. If you are in the United States, you can call us on 305-654-7944. That's 305-654-7944. Or if you're in Jamaica and you want to call me straight, call me on 876-804-7072. And that number is also on WhatsApp. You see? You have some people where it's pure lie them telling them. Pure lie. And confidently telling lies that the PNP administration of Portia Simpson Miller and Dr. Peter Phillips, who was the Minister of Finance, did not take action when the SSL recommend the action. You hear what Dr. Peter Phillips said? He followed the FSC to the letter with all the restriction that they recommended for SSL. And when the restriction should have been tightened, the GLP administration led by Andrew Holness lift the restriction, free up SSL. You know, one of the questions when me ask, when did the Prime Minister put money in a SSL? More I hear when the money going. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Talk to me.
Shaka, good evening, Shaka, to the team.
Blessings.
Yeah, man, you have some very interesting topic. But what I want to really stress on is with the police and this body cam.
Yeah, talk to me.
You know, I want to find out what's the difference it would have made if the police have body cam from the citizens who are videoing them doing wrong and they are not being reprimanded. No, because if you not reprimanding the police, then no, brother. It doesn't make no sense to put on a body cam back there.
No man, if the police are found guilty for extrajudicial killing, there are consequences that they will face. Also, we are saying that when the police kill somebody and they give us their version, the body cam would give us an independent version. Yeah?
Right.
So that's why we want the body cam.
It is very good to have the body cam, you know, Chaka. But what I'm saying, how trustworthy we to trust these people who want to honor this with the body cam?
No, them can't alter the body cam.
Because listen, I see a video out there where things happen with police and nothing come out of it.
Hold the line for me. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean
Good
HD.
evening, sir. Good evening. This is Fatih Colin from South East, I was saying, and good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, 40 flat. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Nice listening to your program for the first time. First time talking to you. Love the program.
Blessings,
yeah.
yes.
Just a man like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessed program, Virgin. You go on well, see?
Yeah, man. We are doing best.
All right. That's it.
All right. Respect.
Central Bank Jamaica Governor, or rather Central Bank Governor, Richard Biles, says the bank spent $1.1 billion to intervene in the foreign exchange market in order to stabilize the dollar during the 12-month period ended January 2025, compared with $897 million during the 12-month period ended January 2024. This is indicative of the pressures on the exchange rate due to the widening trade gap and shrinking net remittance flows. The trade gap widened to $4.16 billion during the first 9 months of last year, while remittances dipped to $2.851 billion during the first 11 months of last year. Authorized dealers and cambios are selling.
So, what does that mean? The Jamaican government spent $1.1 billion defending the Jamaican dollar in 2024. In 2023, we spent $800 million. Now, for those who say the economy is getting better, yes, Sam Allen, the 804-7072 is working. All of the numbers, them working this evening. Wholly away if you get in touch with us this evening. So for those who are saying that the economy is doing well, that clip I played a while ago was from the Bank of Jamaica. If we are doing well and we are doing better, we shouldn't have to be defending the dollar the way we're defending the dollar. $1.1 billion gone down the drain to keep the dollar stable. Talk to me, Sam.
I said that you never asked Mr. Phillips, what are some of the breaches that was taking place, that they were using client money at their benefit? I should have asked him that.
I'm going to apologize. That is a question that should have been asked.
Yeah,
that
man,
question should have been, boy.
You see what I said? But Andrew Wallace.
Yeah.
Remember,
you know,
during 2019, 2020 campaign, when Peter Phillips bring up the house being house, right?
God, continue.
That interview?
Yes.
And him say, is loaning it from SSL?
Well, and SSL, under the present license, I understand it, they are not supposed to be giving loans. Caller? Sam, where you gone? Sam? Sam look like him do something to him phone. We lose him. But that question really should have been asked. And I will get back to Dr. Phillips on that question because that's a brilliant question. However, sometimes some of the questions I don't ask them because of where the situation is, as there's a court case, you know, as it relates to SSL. So we never want to get too deep. We just wanted Dr. Phillips to clear up the fact that the PNP administration did take action on SSL. But it would be nice to hear some of the breaches that were happening under SSL. It would be really, really nice, you know. But Jamaica is in trouble. Trouble, my people. As I said earlier, I would have loved to know when Andrew Wellness first invest in SSL. Because what Dr. Peter Phillips told us that SSL in 2013 were banned from taking on any new business. Them couldn't take no new business. But the GLP administration came into power in 2016. And when they came in power, them free up SSL. Here, Dr. Peter Phillips told us that a chairman, one of the chairmen at the FSC, resigned because he was not pleased with how they were dealing with the situation at SSL. So, trouble there. Trouble there. Marco told Wellness to send the Cuban back. I don't know if him tell them that. I don't know. Like when Siaga was taking orders from the CIA. The right Dr. Andrew Wellness is the boss of all Jamaica. And the little... We don't do racism around here. We not do racism. None at all. You understand? We, as the Jamaican matter says, out of many, one people. Worse like how my leader Barnia. 8047072. I'm going to get back Obi on the line. Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. Yeah, man. Because how Jamaica run right now, we are looking at second time around. Babette, good evening. Second time around, what happened to us in 2008? Hold on for me, bro. What happened to us in 2010, 2011? We can't go this again. We have to ensure that Jamaica remains a stable economy. Yeah? We have to ensure that this country remains a stable economy. Obi.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
I don't know if you heard Dr. Phillips a while ago.
Dr. Phillips?
Yeah, we had Dr. Phillips on for a few minutes.
No, incidentally, I didn't hear it because I somewhat... I'm really sorry that I didn't hear Dr. Phillips because, you know,
yeah, man.
To basically make mention of him entering the fray to set the record straight when the blatant lie was told. Because it wasn't a mistake or anything. It was absolutely a blatant lie that was told by Abbott Assembly. He knew better.
Continue, Conrad.
Yeah, man. So I'm happy that Dr. Phillips came on to, you know, further lay the record straight.
Yes, man. That's why we called him and asked him to come on this evening to set the record straight. Because what we realize is that a lot of lies are being told and a lot of lies will be told. When Orlando Turlong said in the parliament in the debate on Portmore that Portmore was the vision of Edward Seaga. Was it ignorance or was it another blatant lie?
Lies, Colin, because there's no reason. These things, you didn't have to be there. And there, when I say I was born at that time, if you're ignorant, all you have to do is just check. All you have to do is just check the record. It is there for all to see. The fact of the matter is that all of us know, not that Portmore was just conceptualized and built out by the PNP from its early inception.
Yeah.
But the growth and development continued under the People's National Party, right? I know when Portmore had just that one plaza there, the Portmore Plaza,
Hey, Obi, me used to walk from Portsmouth through the bush, got Garvey,
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And we all remember Bayside.
Yeah.
When we were walking there and playing football and stuff.
Yeah. All of them house the outer Edgewater when you leave Walmart and going down to Edgewater. All of them house step on the right. Me know when the whole of this are open and we used to walk. We used to walk across this to figure Garvey Mead, go to West Bay and go around to Garvey Mead. Because me used to have an anti-liver Garvey Mead for a while. I was over there. I went to Portmore Art Academy, I think, in 1988.
Yeah, my address is still in Portmore in Southborough. And also my relatives live all over Portmore.
But it just come back to me. We used to live at 296 Widowda Drive over there in Garvey Mead.
I know there very, very well. I know there very well.
So
my address was 280 Nelson Youth.
All right. Right.
And among other places. So, but you see, Colin, what happened? It is good that we have spaces like these and others so we can lend our voices, to the people of Jamaica, to point them to the truth. And I'll tell you this, Colin, that the PNP needs to not to take anything for granted. Don't take it that youngsters are aware of this and so on, and they will not be able to hoodwink them and so on. They will try their best. I was at the barber shop on Saturday, and I was telling them to my surprise, you would have heard me mention this on Radio Colin, when I said this young man was our number, a few youngsters there. They were giving credit for the opening of the car market to the Jamaica Labour Party.
What can go so?
I said, no, man, this thing is bad because it's youngster, because I'm not remember now, a lot of these youngsters who are now 20 plus years old.
Yeah.
They were they were teenagers when Andrew Wallace and the Labour Party took office the last 10 years.
Oh yes. Yes.
They were. So a lot of them come with this kind of argument, and they believe that that these things happen and these things are there, and they believe that a number of them came under the Labour Party. For example, the highway, the concept of the highway, all Mr. Wallace and his going to the highway is the part to Williamsfield. It was CJ practice the idea.
Of course, and Mr. Seaga was against it.
The idea that was cursed out by Mr. Seaga, also the escalated bus and so on, the yellow buses that are all over the place. They said they couldn't drive on Jamaica Road. Mr. Seaga and Mr. Perkins, they sat on it for hours and hours, days and months and years. And
now we see Labour Rights sending an articulated bus to Linstead.
You understand? It is so sad, Colin. But Colin, I also want to, if you want to, I don't know if you want to ask me any other thing on this podcast, but I'd like to segue.
Yeah, go ahead.
May I?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd just like to segue, Colin, into the latest dynamics poll, and I want to just talk about the main aspect of any poll. The main aspect of any poll, as the party leader, Mark Golding said, the opposition leader, and PNP President Mark Golding said, that the most important part of any poll is party standing. No. The party standing shows that the PNP is leading by 5 percentage points. That is outside of the margin of error. And if you are to even extrapolate and you give the margin of error even to the opposite party, the PNP would still have a 1.5 almost
or 2% lead. 2%.
Just the same. Therefore, the PNP is in a very, very good position. And if they go into election with this lead, then one could say they are almost, and I'm using this word advisors, they're almost impregnable. You understand? They're poised to win the election.
Yeah.
However, one cannot sit on their laurels. So to do. So this kind of thing where I hear people put up all sorts of meme and talking about Mark Morley having a meltdown and so on. I don't know how you have a meltdown when months to go in an election you're leading by 5 percentage points.
But Obi,
is just to try to consolidate that and to build on that.
Watch this, Obi. The GLP, even though the PNP was at 39% and they came down to 35%, the GLP was at 30%, and now they are at 30.7%. Yeah? So all they got was about a 0.7 lift. Now what that tells me is that nobody new is going to the GLP. That is just their base, and it is as you were. Now the PNP need to get to work. Need to get to work and mold them up. Well, we're going to a break on Caribbean Radio right now. We're going to take a break on Caribbean Radio HD. We're coming back shortly, but in the meantime, we can still continue here with Conrad O'Brien. So, Obi, looking at the polls.
You're a little bit low, Colin. I don't know what you're coming to a little low.
I don't know if it's your phone, but coming on the polls, Obi, we are looking at it, and you are believing that the PNP need to buckle up and really push harder now. What would you suggest for the PNP to do now, getting closer to the election?
All right. The PNP president, Mark G, in addressing persons in the United States, I think Hartford, in that way where he made that comment, he outlined a number of things. And one of them that he talked about is the level of coverage that the party, the PNP, is not getting in our mainstream media. And that's kind of understood. When you're in government, you tend to get more coverage and so on, especially if you have persons who are primarily in media that tend to favor maybe one party over the other. Therefore, I believe that what the PNP has to do now, they'll have to basically strut on both legs. They'll have to identify those persons, those programs who continue to have a level of fair play. And I'm not saying about just PNP program, but fair play, and ensure that whatever little spend they can start doing now, they put some of those monies there with those programs. In addition to that, Colin, there is a big market there, a major place there with social media. You have podcasts, you have program like this that you're hosting now that have thousands and thousands of listeners and viewers. So therefore, I believe that the spokesperson and certainly the supporter of the People's National Party will just have to circle the wagon with this program and use them to get their message out as much as possible. Because a lot of times these programs, these podcasts and live and so on, they are sometimes much more popular than even some mainstream radio in a lot of cases. So they should utilize, don't be dismayed and disheartened. Use what you have. There's a saying that if you get lion, you don't complain, but you use it and make lemonade. And that would be my suggestion to the PNP. Also, I believe that the party must be doing or should be doing now real assessment and not allow people who are candidates also to be telling them that this is happening and so on, and they take it for gospel. They need to drill down. They need to have a team from Party Central that is moving into all of these constituencies to know what is happening. The People's National Party, as far as I'm aware, also have a tutor there. So they can basically put together an online program, an online radio station, as it were, and basically use that to build out their platform. They have a number of persons who are skilled in the art of broadcasting and interviewing and all of those sorts of things, who I'm sure will be able to, would be willing to give voluntary service to at least host one or two of those programs in order to get the message out. You know, I also
all right, my brother.
That I also believe. Sorry, Colin.
Yeah, man. I'm wrapping up this segment, so just wrap for me.
Yes, I also believe, Colin, that the party, while not putting the full play through of what they're offering, I believe that they will now have to start to, you know, give even the bare bone as to what the future administration will look like, and when the right time comes, then they will put the meat on the bone in terms of fleshing out their full proposal.
Well, what I can tell you, Obi, the debate, the budget debate starts on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The Shadow Minister of Finance, Julian Robinson, speaks on Thursday. And what I can tell you is that you will start getting now some flesh on the bone of the PNP plan going forward. Thank you, my brethren.
Indeed. All the best, Colin.
Blessings, man.
Take care.
Well, thank you very much.
All the best.
Talk show host Conrad O'Brien from New Start 93 FM, just touching base with us as we welcome back the people on Caribbean Radio HD. Welcome back to the Colin Bell Show. We are live, coming to you from Port Antonio, Jamaica, from the studios of Portland Spice TV. Yeah, man, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, and thank you very much. If you have not yet subscribed, click the notification bell so you can get notification when we post the videos, and we basically give you information on Jamaica. Reporting a murder in Port Antonio, and that is 2 murders in about what? Less than 2 months, maybe about 6 weeks. I know the first murder that happened, the first shooting, because there's another murder. We mentioned that murder with the Asian thumping down the other one and him drop a lick him head and died. Well, there was a shooting in Prospect a few weeks ago, and then this morning, another shooting in Bonebrook, Lighthouse Road, Port Antonio. A young man was shot and killed. Reports reaching Portland Spice and Caribbean Radio HD is that there are 3 men in custody. Those are the reports we are getting, on unconfirmed reports, that 3 men were held by the police and are in custody. And if that is a fact, then that is very, very good. We are happy to know that when the criminals come to Portland and they create any kind of mayhem, they get caught and they will face the full blunt of the law. If you are listening to us and you want to participate in the discussion, the number to call is 876-804-7072. You can call us on that straight, or you can call us on WhatsApp, or you can also call us on 5305. You can call us on 305. Hold on. Not that. My bad. Yeah, man. So you can call us on 305-654-7944. That's 305-654-7944. We're looking for Usain Bolt money. And I told you that whenever I am on, I am going to be looking for Usain Bolt's money. 305. Good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio.
Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Welcome to the show. What are you doing?
All right, now. I would like to follow up with, I would like to beseech Peter Phillips to do a press conference.
Okay.
To address this ethnicity. It would be more educational.
I don't know.
It would be more authentic. It could never be received as hearsay.
I don't know.
I know he's retired and everything.
He's what?
I would beseech him.
He's what?
It's an election year and we need clarity.
Well, you heard some clarity a while ago, but one of the things with
yeah,
SSL.
We heard this before, but Colin, what I'm saying to you is simply this. He made some remarks before, and even though he did that, Afka still came up and lied.
Adka is just a liar. The man is just a liar.
No, we have to go higher than that.
Let me tell you something about labor right. Hold on. Hold on, Carla.
And then he said something and he gets negated.
Hold on, Carla. Carla, let me tell you something about labor right. They lie on Monday. They lie on Tuesday. They lie on Wednesday. They lie on Thursday. They lie on Friday. They lie on Saturday, and so help me God, they lie on Sundays. That's what they do. It's a trait that they have.
What is a function? That's a function of the press conference. A press conference is an authentic release.
Well, all right, tell you what.
Every result is removed.
We are going to suggest it.
I know he's retired. I know he's retired. And
no, man, he's not retired yet, you know. He's still a parliamentarian. He's still a parliamentarian.
Okay, well,
but here one of the problem, though. You see the fact that this SSL thing is going to court. I don't think too many.
No. I heard that and I acknowledge that. Everything that he will be talking about is pre-existing, what's in court. And the questions could be carefully asked to avoid any impropriety into what's in court. But I really do believe that this is something that is worthy of full clarity.
I will make the suggestion to the General Secretary. So the General Secretary maybe could organize it and ask him to do a full press conference.
One last thing before I go.
Yes.
Can I ask you, what are the standing orders for a senator to tell a lie like what After told, knowing that there's documented proof of he's lying?
Well, if he lied in the parliament, then he could be accused of misleading the country. I don't remember. I was looking for the clip today, and I was trying to remember if he said that in the Senate. But the clip I found was the one that he said it on a political platform. You can't hold that against him.
You know what my question is now? It doesn't change. He's a senator, so you have a higher standard than the regular people.
Well, then bring down the standard of senators now, you know. You know, so then bring down the standard. Them lower the standard.
I understand, but all you can hear from Sinclair, all you can hear from the man when you hear is standing order this, standing order that. But when to them people tell anything, they're very quiet.
Yeah, man. When them tell lies and all them thing there. All right, caller. Thanks for calling. Where you calling from?
Yes, and please, I'm asking you to ask
for the press conference. Where are you calling from?
All right, thank you. Take care.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York.
New York. Thank you for the call. Yeah, man, you're listening to Caribbean Radio, and we're live, the Colin Bell Show. 305-654-7944. That's 305-654-7944. You can also call us on 876-804-7072. We're talking up Jamaica. We're talking about the things that are happening in Jamaica. We're talking about crime, and crime is trending down, and we are happy for that, no matter who's doing it. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Sir Colin.
Yes, man. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Well, I just stepped in to turn on this. I don't know what is your topic, but I just want to have a 2 cents something about the poll.
Yes, man. Okay? Not a problem. Go right ahead.
Okay, so asking a lot of persons. Okay, this is my 2 cents. You hear me?
Yes, man. Loud and clear. Talk.
Okay, I see a lot of persons. I kind of feel like they might get jittery, and you know, the state media are trying to spin the poll.
I'm listening to you, sir. Hello, good evening. Caller? Don't know why we lose that caller. 804-7072. Go ahead. Hello, good evening. I don't know why we lose that caller there. And this one is saying it's connecting. Hold on there. I see the problem. Let me fix that problem. Yeah, man. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show live on Caribbean Radio HD. And of course, we're also on Portland Spice TV at YouTube. We want to just welcome everybody and thank you for coming on this evening to share with us. Earlier on, we had Dr. Peter Phillips responding to Adcofit's Henley. We don't appreciate lies around here. It's the truth we want. Stop the lying. Yeah, man, it seems like it was our fault. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was saying, I see the poll drop from 39 to 35% as a plus for me. I'm going to tell you the reason why it's a plus for me. When I see that last go to the uncommitted, it shows and does not go to the opponent. It showed me that the PNP was sending a message that those persons who it go back to, those persons are listening to the PNP and say, okay, then it is a chance that they will come back again once they maybe it resonate more, like what we have said, put on some speaker like yourself, Crystal Tomlin, Dennis Meadows, something to more effective. So I don't want to say who wants to spin the narrative like state media to say, boy, it's bad. It's nothing like that. It's very good. It goes to show that the PNP is tapping into the uncommitted. And those persons who they have lost, those 3.9%, will always come back because their mind is already made up certain kind of way. They just want to be sure. That is how I look at the poll in that aspect.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Brother Leaford Palmer, Brother Smith, good evening. Good evening, Arlene. You know, you not call me Arlene. Your party now go on good. Your party a mash up the country, Arlene. Your party a wreck the country. Your prime minister is a disappointment. Big disappointment. And we believe that the prime minister should not be on the ballot going into the next election. His statutory filing must be sorted out. 804-7072. That's one of the numbers you can call. You can call me straight. You can call me on WhatsApp. 305-654-7944. You can call us on that Caribbean Radio HD right across America. Yes, man. Only in Jamaica, you would have a prime minister stiffing out after his statutory filing has not been certified for 3 years. 3 years. His statutory filing has not been certified, and the prime minister is suing us. Taking the Integrity Commission to court. A creature of parliament set up by this prime minister. Can you imagine? The Integrity Commission was set up by this GLP administration. Put in place. The commissioners, Marcia Morgan, was chosen by Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his team. And when the Prime Minister filed his statutory filing, the Integrity Commission found a lot of discrepancies and said that they will not certify the Prime Minister. In fact, they started investigate the Prime Minister for illicit enrichment. What can go so? The Integrity Commission, because what happened, you know, every parliamentarian and civil servants earning above a certain amount of money have to file their statutory filing with the Integrity Commission every year. And if you have a wife or your spouse or your girlfriend living with you, you have to file for them too. And if your children live under your roof, you have a file for them too. Yeah? Now, there is a clause in it that says for the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition, when their filing is certified, a summary of that filing should be made public so that every John Tom and Jane Mary can see how the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition make their money. Because these are the people who want to be at the head of the country. Therefore, they must set example. We must be able to see that there's nothing untoward happening with their finances. We must be able to see how they make their money and all of that. The Integrity Commission said that they have issues with how the Prime Minister is making his money. So they were investigating Andrew Holness for illicit enrichment. They filed a report to the House of Representatives. And the report carries a number of issues that they found with the Prime Minister. However, they said that the Prime Minister did not pay taxes in some of the companies that he owned. So they referred that to the Tax Authority of Jamaica. There were different issues with transfer of money, issues with money from a charitable organization being used that was sent to the FID. But the Prime Minister stand firm. Don't move. In any other country, the Prime Minister would have to take for himself and clear his name. Now, I would want to interview Prime Minister Andrew Holness. I'm sure a lot of other media houses and broadcasters and journalists wants to interview Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Or the Prime Minister can call a press conference and invite all of us who have questions for him. Because Prime Minister, you know, look good going into the general election with this cloud over your head, sir. I think this cloud needs to clear from over the Prime Minister's head. There's also 7 other persons sitting in the Parliament that is under investigation for illicit enrichment. We need to know who they are. Because how you go and vote in the election and you don't know if your MP that is on the ballot is under investigation for illicit enrichment. King's Counsel KD Knight said every GLP MP is a suspect. All of them. Because the PNP MP, they all came out and said that they are not under investigation. They were never told by the Integrity Commission that they are under investigation. Because the Integrity Commission came out and made it clear that once you are under investigation, you are notified. 8047072, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Turn off the instrument in the background and just listen on your phone, please. Because there's a massive delay on that instrument.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, talk to me.
Yeah, good evening and welcome again.
Yeah, man.
It was scenario for the Prime Minister is that the court, I don't think it want the court to push back the trial so far.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that is the worst scenario now for him.
Can I push back to when? October?
He can't be clear if anything, so.
And when he push back to October or November?
Yeah, October.
That not good for you.
Yeah, that not good, you know.
That not good at all, and that's why
I think him do I would love the court to listen to it before election.
Yeah, and that's why I'm providing him with another option. He need to do a press conference.
But another thing about it too, him that love the court to do that before election, but in fear is that it now go support him.
That again.
That's all.
So the Prime Minister in there between a rock and a rock. This is not a rock and a hard place. This is a rock and a rock. No, it's a rock and a rock.
Right, I know him confused. It not for him. Not feel favor.
So what is the option, my brother?
Him not having it.
Him not an option.
The only option him have now is to try convince the people them with the budget and the goody.
Yeah, but what about his reputation? What about his reputation that is under this cloud?
Yeah, man, what is so frightening about him now make him have sleepless night, you know. It's because if him lose this election, his political career done.
Long time. Right there, so. That is a fact. That is a fact.
All the bigger in our issue them are going. Jamaican don't make up their mind and he not sleep good.
You don't think he must sleep good?
No, sir.
Then him not say him can turn it up anytime he want, man. Anytime him touch the road, him can turn it up.
Yeah, man. And the thing about come with, but you not go buy. And that's the thing, you know. We don't understand where I come with.
When you think of the election?
Look for it after the budget, man, because he have to run out the goodies them to see to change face, you know.
All right.
Try to change face.
All right, my brother.
He have to see which one, he have to test the water, that's all.
Yeah.
But him still have a problem. You just when can roll up now, come tell the people them, because the most important thing is that him lie and corrupt.
You know.
And this thing over him head is a big thing.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call. Call me again tomorrow. We're on tomorrow evening too.
All right, my brother.
Bless up. 804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. Good evening to you and our caller.
Hold on. Hold on. I have a piece of news for drop for the people upper east. I made contact with the police, and as it relates to the ban on entertainment event, the information I have from the police is that as of tomorrow, you will again be receiving your permit for entertainment event. Once again, the people from Clear Spring up to Hector's River, that there was a ban on entertainment permit in that area. News from the police is that that ban will be lifted as of tomorrow. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I see one something in the Gleaner. Put up by a leader blogger, but you can't see that Gleaner somewhere. When the Prime Minister borrowed $192 million to fund private, something like a private sector, in case of a disaster. What can go so, sir?
Hold on, I don't know what that you're talking about. I don't understand.
In a Gleaner.
Which Gleaner? What is the name of the article?
Upon the World Bank.
He borrow money from the World Bank,
No, yeah, it's approved. It's approved. $192 million.
To do what?
To fund some private project and in case of a disaster management, like if in case we get hurricane, earthquake,
so that must be some insurance or the disaster fund, man. That I will check it out and clear you up on it because.
Yeah, no, because what the last time Nigel Clark, he said they will not pay how much million when how long people still live out and do after burial.
There is a catastrophe fund that the government does. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, the catastrophe fund.
Well, go and read it.
All right. I will look on.
$192 million is approved by the World Bank.
All right. I will check on it. Bless up.
Yeah, all right. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Good evening, Auntie Princess. Princess Davis, good evening and blessings upon you and Sister Tanya. Yeah, man. And Brother Free, big up yourself. We're talking business of Jamaica. We're talking about governance. And we want to ask the question now, do you think Prime Minister Andrew Holness, with all the issues with the Integrity Commission, do you think he should still be on the ballot going into the next general election, do you think Andrew Holness should still be on the ballot going into the next general election? You know, one of the things I hear this government saying that they're priding themselves on is a lot of firsts. And let me give you some real information today. This Andrew Holness administration has had the most economical space that any government in Jamaica has had since the 1970s. No other administration since 1970 have had this amount of money to spend. This government, this Andrew Holness-led administration, has spent the most money in healthcare, and we have the worst healthcare. This Andrew Holness-led administration has spent the most money on national security, and we have more murders than a holy part of time in Jamaica. This Andrew Holness-led administration has spent the most money in education, and we only had 18% of our students passing more than 5 subjects. What can go so? 804-7072. That's the number you have to call me upon. 804-7072. It cannot be that we're bragging about this is the first administration to do this, and it's the first administration to do that. This is the first prime minister we have had, and I'm going to put a caveat on this one. This is the first prime minister that I am aware of that, while being prime minister, has been under investigation for illicit enrichment. Never heard of it before. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Colin. How are you?
Talk to me.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the Prime Minister did have an account in SSL?
Yes.
I don't think the Prime Minister had an account in SSL, man. That was a bargain deal for him, you know, because he knew exactly what was going to take place over there.
No, then how will get money out of it? How money come out of it to him? Remember?
No, never say get money out of it, but that was his cup.
That's why I asked earlier. I don't know if you heard the question I asked earlier. I would love to know when the Prime Minister made that investment in SSL.
No,
because remember...
Nobody can come up with this and say, well then, this is where he make it.
Because I never hear the question being asked, and I never heard of it. So I am asking here now, when did the Prime Minister make that investment in SSL? Because remember, I opened an account at NCB, and then $100,000 came from SSL, $100,000 US came from SSL to that account. So the question I'm asking, when was that investment done? And I see somebody, hold on.
Hold
on. Juliet Jackson just said it was 2007 or 2012. Juliet, you're not sure. You need to be sure, because we want to know when the Prime Minister made that investment in SSL.
Just to know that he's lying. When they ask him about his house and where he get a loan from to build his house, he don't himself get a loan from SSL.
I remember that vaguely, and that's what we keep saying. And that's why when the caller said we should have asked Dr. Phillips what were some of the breaches that was carried out, that was a very good question, and we didn't ask him that, but we'll find out.
Yeah, man. He never have that over there, and I see he's cut that because he know how everything.
Well, we can't say that doing a caller. Hold on. We don't want to go there, so, because we don't want to defame anybody, or So we now hold on.
You can't say that thing about.
Yeah, man, but we can't facilitate you saying that it was a kickback. We can't facilitate you saying that unless you have the evidence. Yeah? So the question we are asking, when did the Prime Minister make that investment in SSL? And we see a lot of people, I guess, because somebody else, you know, I say a 2008. All right?
All right.
So we have to be careful. This is not a blogger show. I am not a blogger. I'm a broadcaster. So my reputation of a stand-up here.
All right, good.
Blessings, my brother. One love. Thanks for the call. 804-7072. Yeah, man. We're live on Caribbean Radio HD. Big up Brother Gary and the crew. Big up the Herbalife crew. Big up Sister Tanya. Big up Free Respect, my brother. Blessings. 804-7072. Good evening.
Mr. Bell, I would like to make a suggestion.
Go right ahead. Yeah, man.
Appeal for the PNP candidate. I would find if we could make an arrangement to have one of them on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday for our talk to you.
Well, we're going to bring them on. We're definitely going to bring them on. I don't know if we can bring them on for an hour because we also want to facilitate our callers, the people who want to say something, we want to hear from you.
We include some of the callers then.
So we would have to bring them on where the callers get a chance to speak to them as well. Suggestion taken. Suggestion taken.
Yeah, man, respect.
Blessings, my brother. 804-7072. 305 654 7944. 305 654 7944. Those are the numbers you can call. And as we say, you can call with straight or you can call with on WhatsApp. That call you more return. Yeah, more return. This call ya. Virginia that call me. Juliet Jackson. Juliet, you're saying that, hold on now, Juliet, come back and say that was the message that said he got the loan. He got the loan in 2008. We're not talking about the loan. We're talking about the investment that he made. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Portland Spike, good evening.
Yeah, man.
Okay. The question I want to ask, a lady was talking about some money from BOJ. Yes, it came in the green today. To get some money to borrow. And I'm asking, why is he doing that at this time? I think that money is to put into the election.
And the money, hold on, he borrowed money from,
today.
Hold on, he borrowed money from BOJ today.
He came in the green today, yeah.
All right, I'm going to check it. I'm going to check it before the show.
Today, because I even heard other the press was speaking about it also today.
Hold on, me I go call a man we would have known.
And I'm wondering why. And I think it's towards the election because he's definitely fighting to win this election. Yes, that I mean, we're going to clear up him problem. Yes, that I mean, I'm tired of this person.
You're tired of him?
Of course, I'm tired of him. I'm living in America, but I'm tired of him because I'm out in Jamaica. I'm out in Portmore. Portmore.
Hold the line for me. 804-7072. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Hold on the Ralston.
I just called to welcome you to Caribbean Radio HD. And I'm enjoying your program. I don't even want to call you this day because I'm learning a lot.
All right.
Thank you so very much for your good job and keep it up, sir. Blessings.
Thank you. Ralston, I'm begging you 2 minutes just to answer a question. The government borrowed some money from BOJ today. What is that about? Some people calling me about it. I don't have that information. Hold on, Ralston. Don't move. Make I get you so you can tell the people. We have Ralston and on the line, people, because you are the second person, madam, who called me about this money. If it,
it's in the green outside.
So,
is it? The person was speaking about it.
Hold on. Yeah, Ralston. Hold on. I don't stop. All right. Yeah, Ralston. I get 2 calls about the government borrow money from BOJ today.
No, that's not true. The BOJ floated a fixed rate CD today to mop up liquidity. They wanted to mop up 46 billion and they got bids for 48 billion.
That's what I heard. I know about that. They floated a new bond today and it was oversubscribed. So why is the government floating all these bonds, Ralston? And let me just say to the listeners on Caribbean Radio HD, this is Ralston Iman, the top financial analyst in Jamaica. Not one of, the top, the best financial analyst in Jamaica is Ralston Iman, the man with the figures. Why is the government floating all these bonds?
Well, the BOJ is floating bonds to mop up liquidity to help stabilize the dollar, and the government is floating bonds to help finance the budget.
So the government is borrowing on the local market to finance
the government never stop borrow. The next budget they borrow 90 billion from the local market and 68 billion from the external market.
Ralston, the Bank of Jamaica said that they spend $1.1 billion to defend the Jamaican dollar. Why so if the economy is doing so well?
Well, the economy is not doing well. That's why I'm not spending so much money to defend the dollar.
When you spend so much money to defend the dollar, you get back their money there? Do you get a profit on those money?
No.
What's the benefit to the country?
The benefit to the country is a temporary stabilization of the dollar. What they have been trying to do is to hold the dollar between 158 and 160 at a very high cost to the nation.
Is it recommended to do what they are doing? Is that the best way to go?
No, the best way to do it is to produce and earn more money. Yes, they reduce the trade deficit and create a surplus by exporting more. Have a balanced trade or try to export more than import.
I'm not keeping you long. Before you go, Ralston, tell us what is happening with this recession. Does it look like a L-shape or a V-shape recession or a W?
Well, it depends on what they do in the budget. So if they pursue measures to push back against the recession, then we could have a view where we bounce up back. But if they continue, as they say they're not changing any policies, cut the capital budget, keep monetary policy tight, then we could see a W or a V. And if you saw what is happening abroad today, all the markets are down because of is mad trade policies today. Those things are going to worsen the situation.
But the markets also tumbled yesterday. The markets also tumbled yesterday, Ralston.
Yeah, man, every market tumbled today again because they implemented the measures today. And that is a very big problem because that is going to inflate. All the measures of US inflation are climbing right now. So it means that interest rates are going to stay high for longer. And it means less investments, less production because the other countries are implementing their own tariffs. So all that is going to do is to lead to higher prices globally, higher interest rates globally, and slower economic growth globally, and it depends on the period of time. We could see another Great Recession or another Great Depression.
What?
That is what caused the Great Depression in the first place.
Wait, hold on, Ralston. When you said we could have seen another Great Recession, you mean like what happened 2008?
2008, yeah, and if it continues for a longer period, it could lead to what happened in 1929, 1933.
Then how Jamaica would have managed with that, brother?
That's the point I'm making, because we hear nothing from the Jamaican authorities. As if they are oblivious to what is taking place externally and the wars between our major trading partners, USA, China, and Canada.
The government said that they are expecting $2.1 billion in foreign direct investment. Is that possible in this climate?
That's not going to happen in December. That's why I'm telling you that they are oblivious to what is happening, because we have never reached there before, and the international situation has dramatically changed negatively, so that's not reachable.
So the government is thinking of a pie in the sky. Thank you, Ralston.
Yeah, man.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. All right.
804.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Blessings. Yeah, man.
Ralston Iman, the top financial analyst in Jamaica, and I make no apologies when I say that. When I say that, huh? No, he's saying that's not how it is. What the government did, they float a bond. I knew of the bond, but because of how you were putting it, they float a bond trying to mop up liquidity to get people to buy into government paper instead of buying the US dollar. So they floated a bond today seeking 46 billion, and the bond was oversubscribed.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It said, I'm looking at it right now because it's not screenshotted. It said World Bank approved US $192 million project for JA to promote private sector and disaster preparedness.
Oh, to promote private sector and disaster preparedness.
Yes, $192 million. The World Bank approved it today.
So that's another loan. That's a loan. Yeah, man. And the same thing Ralston was saying that the government has been borrowing and continue to borrow. So that's another loan.
So who is going to pay back these money?
No, me and you. Well, you don't live in Jamaica. Me and for me people.
I live in Jamaica, but look here, my house in Jamaica, I have to pay taxes.
So you are LPA too?
At the end of the month, I pay my tax. I don't make it reach the 1st of April, my land tax.
All right, hold on for me. 8047072. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Turn off your instrument for me now, please.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Okay, what I'm saying, the money that the lady is talking about.
Yeah.
It's not from DOJ, it's from the World Bank.
Right. She just read the article for us. She just
read the article.
She just read the article for us. It's a World Bank loan to prop up private investment and disaster preparedness. So it's a loan.
Yes.
That we're going to have to pay back. Yes.
Yes. All right. Respect for that.
Blessings, man, and thanks for the information.
Cool.
I like how I call them dip on the ball. I did not see that. So it's a loan from the World Bank.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have posted it today. And I'm saying, why is borrowing so much money from the start out in problem? You might borrow so much money for the whole of this election because you know why.
Well, tell you what, him can't use that money as him please, you know. Those money from the World Bank and the IMF come with restrictions. So those money can only do certain things at a certain time.
Then the people there, well, no money, so I'm never satisfied.
You don't trust them?
Trust what? Yes, we are going. Because when the evidence and capable to say election, and I want to know we are going.
Well, what do you think? You think he can lose it?
He can lose it, but he's not trying to keep it.
Well, they might get a beating.
Do everything to keep it.
Them have to get a beating. We can't allow them to mash up the country again, you know.
We can't allow them to mash up the country.
No.
Make Portmore be the 15 parishes. When God go back in things certified, and the people them strong out of arts. That's something that could happen in America, you know.
All right, caller. Thanks for your call. You'll call me tomorrow. We're on tomorrow again.
Yeah, man. Respect,
Blessings. 8047072. Or you can call us on 305-654-7944. Go ahead, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Shaka Fame. Listen, my little nuggets is that what Mr. Ralston just said, that sounds like everything I got tumbled down and upside down. My God.
But
so, in my opinion, it seems like the Prime Minister is trying to secure his pocket and himself financially. Because he's not a win, no say not a win. So I'm trying to finance his, secure himself financially and family. So when everything tumbled down, he might come out of the country and run away and good. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, the Prime Minister rich already, you know.
Well, you know, be richer. That's why I'm trying to get richer and get something secure.
But I think him should have tell we. Me think him should have tell we how him get rich and tell we what we do so that somehow we can get rich. Remember, the Prime Minister said every little man must build a mansion. So he need to tell us how him get rich and how we can get rich and build our mansion too.
Yeah, people are not building mansion because they must scam over them circumstances of the Prime Minister and being honest with people. So they might try to play the Prime Minister to and align for them pocket and do them after the tour as far as financial goes. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then you was talking about the video cam, the police camera upon them.
The body cam for the police.
The body cam.
Yes.
That is crazy. Why wouldn't the police them want? That's for them looking for their security also.
Yes.
That's good for them to have that.
Yes, because when you tell lie upon them can prove it.
Exactly. Yeah. But I just told man, God on time, sir.
God on time. Blessings. Blessings. All right. Thanks for your call. 804-7072. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show live on Caribbean Radio HD. We are on every Tuesday and Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., where we talk the truth. This is not a blogging show. Yeah? This is broadcasting at its best, where we give you facts, updated information right here on the Colin Bell Show. And if you have a piece to say, we join you. We entertain your discussion. We talk politics, religion, sex, sports, current event. You want to discuss it? We talk about it, Brother Smith. We talk about it. And right now, when we look at Jamaica, we need leaders with integrity. We need leaders who are honest We need leaders who are in it for Jamaica, not for themselves and for them friend and them company. We don't want nobody to rape the country right now. Jamaica is too blessed to be stressed. And when you look at what Trump is doing, as it relates to the tariffs that he's putting on, these will affect Jamaica seriously. And one of the reasons why it will affect us so bad is that we are dependent on import too much. We are too heavily dependent on imports. What I mean by when we say that? In 2023, 2023, we import about, in 2016, we're importing about 800 million worth of food in this country. Last year, we imported $1.4 billion worth of food. That is a major problem in Jamaica. That is what is going to crash this country. The food importation bill. We are importing more food than oil. How we fear do that? We are a tropical country. We are an underpopulated country. So we have whole heap of land. We need to produce more of the food that we need to eat than what we are import. We need to cut that import bill. And one of the aims of the People's National Party is to cut that food importation bill by 25% in the first term. Yeah? So we need to bring it back down to 800 million. We need to go less than that. Ease the pressure on the Jamaican dollar. We are importing so we can plant. We need to be more advanced in hydroponics. We need to be more advanced in greenhouse technology. We need to improve case, really upgrade case to a university that they do more research. Yeah? And ensure that our farmers have the technical skill and expertise so that we can grow our thing more efficiently. We need to organize our farmers, and I want to show you why I know that our farmers are not organized. Tomato farmers down there in St. Elizabeth right now are screaming blue murder that them have tomatoes selling for $10 a pound. What can go so? It shows that we are not organizing our farmers, because what we are is plant more than we need to plant at a time. We need to stagger the planting and speak to our farmers, ensure that we plant a certain amount now and a certain amount. We have too much glut and then too much drought. Crazy. No organization. The minister of agriculture is failing us miserably. The government need to invest in agriculture. Every developed country, subsidize their farmers, meaning that them give them farmer money to ensure that the farmers are farming, help them with planting supply, help them to plow the land to ensure that the farmers are efficient. Government have a stake in that. And when this government get up and give away $11.4 billion, give it away, that was the worst thing. $11.4 billion could have ramped up agriculture seriously in this country. But the people have to start to open their eyes. People have to see what is going on. And the people have to understand. Because people will tell you a lie. People will pretty up things. And under it rotten out. You have to know what we are doing, people. You have to know who is looking out for your long-term benefit. Colin, remember, say a poverty. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. You crazy. You don't understand nothing about Jamaica. Affectionate. You don't have no affection. 305, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Shaka. Great show, sir. Great show.
Blessings, man, and welcome. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, what? Yeah, man, one of your fellow broadcaster, you know.
Yes.
Brother Mike Sterling.
Mr. Sterling, welcome, man. Blessings, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings. I welcome to the platform. So,
thank you.
Here's the thing, Bridget. When it comes to Jamaica and the situation right now, money-wise, I agree with you with agriculture. It's an untapped market. I think Jamaica have the manpower, but the able bodies, all the young youth, them were there Jamaica now, the nothing. It's you know, a lot of opportunities there for people to get into agriculture. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I know friends who live here and go back in St. Elizabeth and are on big farm and these things. So yeah, opportunities are there. The fast life is where we really kind of get to the youth.
Yeah.
You know? So I personally feel so that whoever run the country, the Prime Minister, supposed to tackle these issues with the youth them.
Yeah.
Because the youth are the future of the country. The youth them are the future of the country.
And the government have to invest in them.
They have to invest in the youth them.
Yes.
You understand? You have to create certain programs and so it's easy for the youth them and systems that it's lucrative. But you have some youth who are doing it now.
Yeah, but we have to also ensure that we make farming look good. Because money can make out of farming, you know. But as I said earlier, government have to invest in it. And me see the government just take up $11.4 billion. Say them give people who earn under $3 million a year, $20,000. And just give it $20,000. That should have gone into agriculture, brother.
Two things, agriculture and crime, to be honest with you. Because the crime itself deters a lot of people in the
from coming back. Definitely. And the other sector that can make money in Jamaica is the culture and the creative industry. That is the sector that we can use to turn this economy around.
Of course. No, you're gonna that entertainment sector. If you look at Trenchstone, there's so much opportunity for investors in a Trenchstone. I don't not even think of them step up them thing to invest in a Trenchstone. You know how much people from all over the world would be flocking to Trenchstone. Why?
But look at Reggae Month we just passed. The government not do nothing with Reggae Month, brother. Reggae Month was a waste of time.
So I don't know what the PNP government have in plan in store, but I do hope that they would have something much better. But the first area to really tackle, I believe, is two things: agriculture and crime.
Yes, sir. You're on the point.
Remittance is a strong part of the GDP down there.
Yeah, but you see, we can't sit down and depend on remittance because it's one man coming here now and I turn the whole thing upside down. So remittance, we're expecting that to drop. Remittance is going to cut.
That's going to drop.
Yeah.
That's going to drop. But as the government was thinking back then, 5, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, about the diaspora. It's untapped money here, you know. Untapped market for Jamaica, you know. But nobody want to come to Jamaica. We are talking about Jamaica. Go back to Jamaica to invest. The people murder them.
Yeah. People are afraid of that.
It's work on that. Instead of inquire about the money we make him go on with that. God, hey, listen. But what we need to hold him accountable for is cutting down crime seriously.
Yeah. Well, he might tell us that crime went down last year by 18%.
By 18%?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that make a, you know.
But we have to sustain that and we have to bring it down further than that. I say we need to bring crime down to under less than 1,000 per year. But I know that the People's National Party have some serious plans to bring down crime in Jamaica, to bring down especially murders in Jamaica. All right, my brother.
You know, I don't know, bro. I just do have no faith in the two parties, to be honest with you. I'm not no faith in them. I don't know why. You know, they're too loose. You know what I'm saying? But let's see.
Yes.
We're in the family, big, great show family, and we love you on the platform. Big up to brother Jesus and Sharon.
Yes, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Right.
Thanks for the call. Big up to all of the broadcasters on Caribbean Radio HD. Brother Gary, big up yourself. Sister Sharon, Mrs. Gary, big up yourself, man. Yeah, viewers and listeners, we want to thank Dr. Peter Phillips for coming on this evening and clearing up that lie that was told by Adka Fitzhenley. Told a serious lie. Dr. Peter Phillips came on earlier, mashed down that lie. We want to thank Conrad O'Brien for being my guest for part of the show. We want to thank all of the people who called in, and thank you for listening. We are going to be back here tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock on Caribbean Radio HD. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am heading up to 5,000. I'm asking you for your assistance. Please subscribe to Portland Spice TV at YouTube. Yeah, man. Now, we're taking a break on Caribbean Radio. Don't know if we're going to come back. We might not. But until that time, we just want to remind everybody that Jamaica is our place, our little place. Only power born here. And even though some of you leave, I know that your heart is still here and you love Jamaica. Big up on yourself. Those of you who send back your remittances to Jamaica, I want to thank you, because without it, we would be in dire straits. We are worried now because of all the things that the Donald is doing. We are really worried about what is going to happen to our little island of Jamaica. 804-7072. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Well, how are you?
I'm good, you know. What's going on with you?
Well, I just heard the authority a while ago talk.
You heard the authority talk?
Yeah.
That's who, Ralston, man?
Yeah, Ralston.
That's the authority, bro. It's no joke.
The question I have to ask is the same question he's asking. Have you heard the government said anything as to how they're going to weather the storm?
No. What my concern is that the government is saying that there is no storm.
The same thing they said in 2008.
And we paid the price.
You realize that the remittance are falling off?
Yes. I don't know if you heard the clip I played earlier. Remittance is down. And will continue to go down.
I can tell you something.
Talk to me.
Over the last 2 months, when you go into the bank on a mountain,
yeah,
you normally will see a large crowd, especially in Jamaica National, where a lot of females go.
Yeah.
The last 2 months going in the bank is literally empty.
Oh, yeah, sir. Not now, go on.
And the Jamaica National does a lot of remittance for people.
Yeah.
A lot.
JN Money Transfer, big them up.
Thank you.
Yes.
So once you observe that there's a small amount of people inside here, you know exactly that nothing is going on. So if the remittance falling off already, I will expect tourism to go down, because you hear what happening with the Trump policy. How is the government planning to deal with the problem?
And the question, you see, that question is a question you could ask if the government accepts that there is a problem. The government is saying that we are not in a recession, and therefore they don't need to do nothing.
We know what happened to us in 2008, come back and bite us, you know. Because the same set of idiots in power again.
Yes. And that's why I've been telling people, once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, man. I now close my eyes. I have my eyes open wide.
The other thing too, the Portmore situation. You realize what happened every time the Labour Party take over area, what happened?
Yeah.
They turned it into a garrison.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I can remember Spanish Town prior to 1980. After they won Central St. Catherine in 1980, they turned Spanish Town into a garrison. When they took over Maypen in 1980, they turned Maypen into a garrison. When the Labour Party took hold of Montego Bay, they turned the entire parish into a garrison. And that's the same plan they have for Portmore. So Portmore people have to be very careful.
Yeah. Open them eyes.
You know, people in Western Jamaica don't remember that is the PNP that did all the development in Montego Bay.
Yeah, bring in all the Spanish hotels.
Every development in Montego Bay is PNP.
Talk to me.
If you look at the first part of Bobby development, was Michael Manny when him dump. And he make all the area KFC and all them here, they dump land, you know.
Talk to me. Yeah, because Pier 1 is just the right across the road.
Yes, all the Pier 1 was, you see, it's PNP dump that.
Yeah.
Michael Manny. Right?
Yes.
And when the PNP came back in the 90s, you remember the Rollins deal, the John Rollins deal?
Yeah, them say it's a scandal, the Rollins land deal.
Right. Now, if you come to Montego Bay now, all the development in Montego Bay, from Greenwood to Coral Gardens,
yeah,
all those lands is the same lands that was a part of the
Rollins deal.
Rollins deal, you know. That Michael and PJ took a lot of it for, you know.
And develop Montego Bay.
Development. Because remember, you know, it's John Rollins, Bill Rick Scotland, you know.
Talk to me. Teach them.
What happened? The plan was the government gave Rollins the beach land.
And take
because he was a developer.
Yes.
Because Hilton was built by John Rollins.
Talk to me.
But a lot of people don't remember that.
Teach them.
So when the PNP took the beating and gave Rollins the front of the land and took the hills, there was one person in Montego Bay who was a laborite who told the laborite that is the best deal that they could make.
Talk to me.
Because the man have the money to develop the land.
Yeah.
So when the PNP lost East Central St. James and Ed Bartlett won, he shared the land in the Bartal Lickaput area. That's where the area is strong, JLP area. But the development of that land is PNP.
Talk to them.
So the whole of Montego Bay and this development is PNP do it. The airport expansion is PNP.
Talk to them.
When both villages was built and the development in front of the community college, it's in the PNP regime that was done. Is BJ Potts negotiate with the Cardiard for that development.
Wait, what is your name, sir?
Fairview.
Your name is Fairview.
No, my name is Junior.
Junior what?
Junior Murray.
Junior Murray, you're full of information. You have to call me back tomorrow evening, here?
All right, yeah, we talk.
Nobody stay too late for call me tomorrow evening because these things ought to be told. These stories must be told and told like how you tell them. So call me back early tomorrow evening. Here, sir?
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right, Junior Murray, big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for the information. Listeners and viewers to Portland Spice TV, we have the best. Simply, you hear information telling you who build where. Carol, what happened? Carol.
Hello.
Yes, Carol.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is the second time I'm watching you. I'm calling from the UK, which is very late now.
And that's what me I say. This what? 7 and 3, 10, and is 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's after midnight. It's after midnight.
It's after midnight and you hope watching me. Thank you for watching and calling. Talk to what you want to talk about.
I'm calling because I can remember growing up in Jamaica. I went to Titchfield myself.
Oh, you did?
In Jamaica.
Wow.
I grew up in Jamaica. I spent quite some time before I came back to the UK.
Nice.
And I remember when Mr. Manley was talking to Jamaica to be self-sufficient.
Yes, eat where you grow, grow where you eat.
That we.
Carol?
I'm losing you. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. That we didn't have to depend on anyone. We have enough farmland that we could have planted our own food, that we didn't have to depend on places like America. Why would we want to eat American GM food when we could produce our own natural food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I just think Jamaica, we lack leadership. We've gone backwards instead of forward.
Yeah. So that's why we need a new direction now. The election is coming. We need a change. We need a change.
I think Jamaicans need to open our eyes.
Yes.
And vote, use our vote wisely.
Yes.
Don't let somebody give you some money. It's time them sitting there stop. Somebody can give you some money if you vote for them.
Rubbish.
At time them sit and stop. We should be self-sufficient.
Yes.
And stop depending on others for the hand up, because, excuse my language, what we don't realize, when America fought Jamaica smelly.
Smelly? With Joan? Joan. Stifle away.
Yeah. And things that's the shop that we could easily plant, we have to buy it.
Yeah. We have to fix that. We have to cut the food importation bill.
And I just want to say, good job and well done. This is the second week I'm watching you, so well done.
Thank you very much. We're on tomorrow evening again. Bless you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ralston Hyman. Thanks, Dr. Peter Phillips. Thanks, Conrad O'Brien. Thanks to all the people who called in, all the people who texted in. Caribbean Radio, them gone long time. We're there up on Portland Spice TV. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, Colin Bell saying, peace be with you.